I would encourage the city, mainly to make sure that the proper factual information is getting out to citizens, is that there be citizen groups that are formed and that they form an iron triangle with maybe members of the news media. Certainly ICMA and the resources that they have to assist local governments when there's changes to the form of government. I would also incorporate universities and any other sector that may see the value in providing accurate information to the citizens so they can make an informed decision. Because as we know, changing forms of government typically require a referendum vote of the citizens. So you're basically in a campaign. Public finance is a whole lot different than private finance. In the public sector, there's 11 different fund types. And most medium-sized cities at least have at least 100 different forms of revenue. Most of those revenue types, or at least many of them, are constrained as to how they can be spent. For example, you're collecting building fees. They can't be used to pay the salaries and benefits typically of a police officer. It's important to have a professional who understands that, not a part-timer who's not familiar with government, but someone who's devoted their career and they work full-time in understanding how public finance works. One of the longstanding questions that people ask or advocate for is, why don't we run more like a business? Why doesn't government run more like a business? And the reality is because they're not a business. Their primary goal is different than a business. A business's goal is to make a profit. In the public sector, the goal is service, how best to provide a service. I was asked to do an assessment in the city of Wauchula, Florida. There's a lot of violations that were occurring relative to state statutes, primarily public records, public meetings, and there's even some ethical issues on top of that. And this infiltrated not just only in the administrative offices, but primarily actually with the elected officials and even the city attorney's office. They hired a man of unbelievably good character, a true professional, and he came in, surrounded himself with very good people. He let go of people he needed to leave go, retained some very good people. He empowered them, and he just did all the things you'd like to see done. It was a city that was small enough that you could get your arms around it from the standpoint of making things happen. And when he did get a new council, given what had happened, they were receptive enough to allow him to take the leadership role in terms of certainly the administrative aspect of it. He made sure that he was not making policy decisions. And so he was also a mentor to the elected officials in helping them know what their roles were. Fast forward 6 years later, I had an opportunity to go back and do a follow-up assessment. And that city, as a result of this individual, was probably one of the best managed cities in the state of Florida. If you're the type of person who likes to interact with people, likes to develop people in terms of helping them do better in their own careers, if you'd like to be someone who's willing to help problem solve, and most importantly, help other people solve problems, then this is the profession for you to be in. There's something different every single day. Manager walks into the office, something every single day. No 2 days are the same. You have to be a person who likes that, likes to take on challenges.